Hi. Okay, so I get questions all the time asking how can I tint my brows, especially if I'm getting my brows done microblading or powder brow and my blonde hair or my gray hairs are poking through. So first step is you're going to take a cleaning product. I use rubbing alcohol simply because it's just easy to clean off any oils or makeup off the brow. So I'm going to clean off my brow. And then I use Refecto Seal Brow Tint. You get it on Amazon. And I use the light brown. So this is what the cream looks like. You can tell I've used quite a bit. And then the oxidant that comes with it. And you've got your little glass jar and a brush. You can buy the entire kit together for $20 to $25. So if you have really dark hair, I would recommend the soft brown color, but light brown is what I recommend on blondes. So you're going to take your container, you're gonna put about this much on it, and you can use the other end if you want. The other end has a little hole. I just prefer the more shallow end. And then I'm gonna do about equal parts of the oxidant in here as well. So I'm going to then add that, and I'm using my brush to stir it. And so you want that consistency to be about the consistency of sour cream is my recommendation. And once it's all mixed, you'll go ahead and apply it to your brow. Now you're going to notice I'm going to just directly apply it to the brow hair. If you're new to this, I would really suggest taking a Q-tip, mixing it, or taking a little Vaseline on a Q-tip and going kind of like around the brow, right where you don't want that tint to go, okay? Because if not, you're gonna stain your skin, and while it will come off, eventually at first it's going to stain pretty well. Blondes, I tend to say leave this on about 5 minutes if you're a blonde like me. If you have closer to dark hair, you're gonna leave it on for 10 minutes. If when you wipe it off, it's not quite as dark as you want, then start with a brand new batch and reapply it just like you did the first time around. So, and obviously I don't need this much, but I've got quite a bit on this dish, and it will turn dark as it's applying. So, I'm going to just brush through my hairs, and you can go this vertical or you can apply it horizontally. I really want my baby blonde hairs to catch this color, so I am kind of working it through there. And then I will move on to the other side here in just a second. My tail has lost a lot of hair, so it is mostly tattoo. And this is recommended for those that have their brows tattooed, but maybe it's not quite as dark as you want. Ink is wonderful. It's amazing. It will really give you your brow back, but it is not going to look the same as taking a brow pencil and filling in your brow. So I'm going to apply this to this other brow, and then I'm going to set my timer for about 5 minutes. If you're first starting and you're not really sure how long, maybe leave it on for 3 minutes. And this product is going to last you, gosh, I would say probably a year is how long it could last you, because you're only using a small amount. And the tint probably depends how dark you like your brows. If you like them really dark, then you're probably going to want to tint them once a month or once every 6 to 8 weeks. I just kind of go with the flow. Sometimes I like my brows to look really light, and sometimes I want them a little bit darker. Again, it's great if you have dark brows but little blonde hairs coming through, or little grays popping through. It will help. I, as a tattoo artist and owner of Bear, I would much rather you dye your gray hairs than to tweeze them, because if you keep tweezing those babies, you're just not going to be left with anything. And the best part about having brows tattooed is if you've got natural hair, it's going to give that much more of a natural look. So here we are, and I actually will set my timer to 5 minutes now. Okay, so as you can see, 5 to 6 minutes have gone by. The color is much darker. It's not quite that orange anymore. So what I'm going to do now is take a wet paper towel. A baby wipe is great for this as well. And I'm just going to wipe it. It's super easy. It's not going to stain the skin as long as you're not leaving it on there for very long. And there's the color. So it's great for freshening up your permanent makeup if you're in between and just can't quite get in to see your artist. It's also just good if you've got blonde hairs and you want that tattoo to have a little bit more pow to it. So here it is. Let me give you a little close-up. Just a little close-up. And it just kind of tints the skin underneath it as well, which is really good. So there we go.